What a beautiful sight to behold. Joe's Seedling Sauna 2020. Oh yeah. Hey folks, Joe here. Now that the grow room is all set and ready for action, it's time to kick off the 2020 pepper season. Be sure to check out my budget grow closet videos to see how I converted unused closet space into a makeshift germination room. I prefer to use small cell planters like these to get seeds started. This provides a more granular ability to move seedlings around and control variables such as heat and humidity. It also allows for easier up-potting into larger containers as the seedlings germinate and start to grow. This first round of seeds are all from pepperjoes.com. And no, that is not me. He just happens to share my fantastic name and enthusiasm for peppers. I will be planting a container of Carolina Reapers. Anyone that's into super hots should be familiar with the Carolina Reaper. These are not for the faint of heart. They have a nice flavor, but will melt your face off if you consume too much. I tend to use them sparingly in soups, stews, and jellies. A really cool thing about pepperjoes.com is that they include free seeds with every order. For this shipment, they sent packets of Charleston, which are like a Cayenne hybrid, and Bhutlah Bubblegum 7-pot chocolate Habaneros. Man, that's a mouthful. I am super excited to sow them and try them out. I will be planting a container of cayennes. Can never have too many cayenne peppers. These are the basis for so many wonderful recipes, and they freeze well. I try to always have cayenne peppers around. My all-time favorite go-to pepper is the red Scotch bonnet. They bring heat similar to a habanero, but with a sweeter and smokier flavor profile. Can never have too many of these bad boys around. They make wonderful additions to salsas, soups, hummus, or just saute them with meat. I will also sow some Fresnos this year, which is a first for me. I was in California over the summer and really enjoyed them in several dishes. I never see them at the stores in North Carolina, so hey, I will grow some. The first thing I'm going to do is make up a seed starting potting mix. I like to keep it simple by using a mixture of peat moss and vermiculite. The peat moss makes for a great grow medium due to its water retention abilities. The vermiculite helps keep the potting mix loose and provides better drainage. You can also purchase ready-made seed starting mixes if you so choose. If you are only planting a few things, then that route might make more sense. The ratio I like to use is 3 parts peat moss and 1 part vermiculite. Now we mix it up. I'm going to add a little more to make sure we have enough. This bag of peat moss is left over from last year. I have no idea how sterile it is. Who knows what's been laying eggs in there? I'm going to pour boiling water over it to hopefully stop any potential issues before they start. Remember to always be safe when working with hot liquids. Hopefully that was good enough to kill off anything that might be lurking in there. And folks, try not to make a mess like me. Okay, now it's time to fill the cells. You want the potting mix to be somewhat loose, so don't compact it too much. Woohoo! Now to sow some seeds. I prefer to sow just 1 seed per cell. It's also fine to do multiples if you want. My goal is to achieve at least a 60% germination rate, which will give me 7 plants of each type if I sow a dozen seeds. My germination rate is usually closer to 90% in practice. Okay, So we'll start by sowing some red Scotch bonnets. I push in a small indention with my finger and place one seed into each indention before covering them up. I like to place all the seeds, then cover them up so I don't accidentally double plant any cells. Now we repeat the process for all the others. Now we water them in. I like to use distilled or purified water when working with seedlings. I'm sure lots of arguments can be found stating that it does not matter what kind of water is used. Regardless, this is the way I do it. I don't start using water from the faucet until seedlings germinate and are up-potted into actual soil. Now we add the humidity domes to the seedling trays and move them up to the grow closet. Cool beans. Alrighty. The seed trays are now in the grow closet, looking all happy with their bad selves. The lights and heat mats keep the closet around 86 Fahrenheit, which is exactly what I was after. Peace, y'all. Here are the seed trays after building up some humidity. Oh yeah, sweating up a storm in the sauna, getting ready for some sprout action. Yeah, baby, push it on out. Woo! If you stayed this long, then you are an absolutely incredible human being. Go ahead and give yourself a squeeze. You deserve more of whatever brings you joy in life. You rock. Oh yeah. See you next time. Peace, love, and chicken grease.